Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something that I really enjoy doing. We're just driving around a couple different spots up here in the mountains, and we're just generally going to see what we can kind of see. I didn't really have too much of a plan today, just wanted to get out and about. I know everybody along with me is starting to feel this whole stay inside thing, so I figured I'd come out to a place that's not very well traveled and see what I can get for photography. So come on, grab your cup of coffee and we'll see what we got going on. So if you notice today, I got my big lens with me, and that is because that I don't really have a plan I want to shoot. This is the Nikon 200 to 500 f5.6. I've had this lens for a number of years now, and I've always enjoyed it. It's been a really good lens for both landscape photography and for wildlife. So I figured I'd bring it along today because I knew that I wasn't going to stray too far from my truck. And since the colder weather has been coming down, animals, both large game and small game, have been on the move more. So I figured today, hey, let's just grab it in hopes if you see some wildlife, that'd be kind of cool. Not necessarily expecting that kind of outcome, but one thing I've learned hiking out in the woods is you just never know what you're gonna see. So one of the spots that I've seen when I was driving down this road as we're coming up to it is this big valley here behind me, and what kind of drew my attention to it was the way that it's surrounded by both sides in the valley, and at the very bottom you have a nice mixture of pastures and pine trees. So my plan is right now, hopefully if everything works out, I'm going to walk down this road just a little bit more and see if I can find an opening that'll allow me to take a shot. This would definitely be a wide angle shot, and because of the overcast skies, I think it would be a very nice, dramatic, moody type of photo. So I'm gonna go down this road just a little bit more. I'm gonna see if I can find a place for us to set up and hopefully get a pretty nice shot. So let's go see what we can get. got down to this road, and man, wind's picking up. We're forecasting some storms a little bit later tonight. Despite snow on the ground, it's actually about 60 degrees out, which, while a little bit of a muddy hike, is still a nice hike. But I finally found a spot here that's going to open up on this plain that I was talking about. We got the mountains on the both sides, and we got a little bit of interest in the sky with that rain that's coming down here in a few hours. The clouds are already starting to get heavier and heavier in the sky, and it's starting to create some dynamic interest in there. So while you guys can't see it right now, probably I think here in a little bit that is going to open up. So now that I found this area, I'm going to go ahead and we'll set up the camera and see what kind of composition we can come up with. Well, in the haste of coming down here and getting all my gear, I actually forgot my big tripod in my truck, which is about a mile that way. Thankfully, I did bring my small travel tripod, my little Benro, and well, it's a little flimsy, but I think it's going to work. So I went ahead, I took some pre-comps just to kind of figure out what I want as far as a composition goes, and I've settled on a shot that I've already set up. I'm around 1/10 of a second f9. That should be a good enough aperture to keep everything sharp. ISO 64, of course, and I'm all the way out at 70 millimeter. Now what's nice about these kind of gray overcast skies is there's no real need for filters. And that's right now, that's a good thing because I am on such a small tripod. The biggest thing that I'm contending with right now is the wind shaking my camera back and forth. So the less I can have on my camera, the less that it's going to catch that wind. So I'm going to go ahead and take this shot and get this one in the bag, and I'm going to hike back to the truck and see what else we might be able to see. So I've already gone ahead. I've taken a few shots here, both in the horizontal mode and in the portrait mode, the vertical. And this is why I love having an L bracket. It allows me to switch seamlessly between the regular landscape and a vertical composition. And just by doing something as easy as that could totally change how your picture is going to come out. So if you ever do get serious into landscape photography, the L brackets might be something that you want to look at. Well, the wind started to pick up, and I looked behind me, and lo and behold, that rain that wasn't supposed to come for a couple hours, it looks like it might be here a little bit quicker. So I went ahead, I rushed, packed up all my gear. You know, I'm still about a mile away from my truck, and I'm just hoping that we can get there before the rain came down. I felt a few sprinkles so far, but nothing bad. Well, we made it back to the truck safe. Rain hasn't came down yet. But even though he lives half a state away, I'm almost wondering if my brother has been here recently. My brother and I, he lives in the western part of Washington. And him and I go on many adventures together. Actually, hopefully soon, I'm hoping to get some film of him. Me and him going back to some locations. He's quite the hiker and quite the fisherman. And he knows some good spots, but when I do the driving up the mountains, he has a tendency to kind of worry a little bit about my ability to drive these snowy, muddy roads. But I know I've never been stuck up here. Well, I think that's going to do it for this adventure, guys. I did do some scouting along some other roads here, but I didn't really see anything to catch my eye. I've been around down this road a little bit more, and I have gotten a photo there before, but the road's getting a little bit sketchy as you go up north. I already scouted that out, and I've already had to use my rear locker once today. So the rain's coming in, and I think it would be wise probably to get down to the main highway before it kicks in. So once again, thank you for coming along. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely shorter this week other than last week. So if you did, go ahead, give me a like, a share, a comment. And until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Bed made your favorite coat, blanket the cold window, watching the falling snow. Take to the street, tear all the mirrors down, shake up the stomping ground, wait for the siren sound, call out to sea.